say happens.
What's our mouthfuls? It is casual conversation, and we are back today. We're talking about Nancy Grace's return for the Nolan Wells case. Everybody's excited. U.S. military assets and Netanyahu's war crime warrant.
Okay, I'm
Charleston
live,
White versus Rap-A-Lot is happening now. The beef escalates as he actually got tagged this week. And of course, y'all know what it is. We're gonna break all that down for you. And we're gonna discuss why Nancy Grace is popular, why I don't like, and Afro gonna break down why he don't like, and we all don't like the U.S. military asset thing going on, as well as the Netanyahu war crime. It might make some of y'all excited. And then the Charleston White situation, just to take the edge off of some really serious touches we're talking about today. Of course, you know, normally I have a beautiful lady beside me, but I got one underneath me today. It is the Ebony Moonbeam. How you doing, Dad?
What's up, everybody? You already know, Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam on all social media platforms. Anime shit talker, real life shit talker, debaucherous whore on occasion. Whore. Whatever you think I am, I'm that. Whatever you don't think I am, I'm that too, because I never gave a fuck, especially on Thursdays. So it's casual conversations. We're going to have a little fun, little something. Oh, and then be sure after this at 10 p.m. to come over to my TikTok, because I actually have another show that tracks with casual conversations, me telling way too much of my fucking life. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, of course, at the bottom now, you see the one and only, the legendary one himself. It is the Afro coming 765. You doing that, Third?
You already know. You're a local neighborhood scumbag getting the folks a daily dose of dark bag save, giving different day, all gas, no breaks, cold hard, hot takes, and everything that comes with it. If you haven't been apprised of the spiel, you've now been apprised of the spiel. Coming to you live from the divided fucking oligarchy of America. You know the fucking vibes.
Yeah. As y'all can see on the board, y'all see what we talking about. We're going to break it down for you. But we're going to break down a little bit more for you, and I'm going to give a little bit of taste of what's going on. But first off, who is Nolan Wells? He's a high-profile criminal case that drew national media attention in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, off the coast, about 11, 12 miles.
How far is that from your hometown, nigga?
Oh, from my hometown with my brother, it was a different. Well, my hometown is about
nigga,
2.5 hours.
Your hometown. How
3
far
hours.
is it from where you grew up in Mississippi? Is my question.
3 hours. 3 hours.
Okay, see, not that far.
Not in terms of Mississippi, not that far, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a big state.
It's like Texas and Cali. Like
not that. I don't think Mississippi's that big. California's
Mississippi.
No, not California, but like how you just be saying, like, oh, it's 3 hours. 3 hours, like to other people, is a long time for you to be traveling to somewhere else in your own state.
Oh yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking about that. Indiana's all corn, nigga. So like with cities in between, so everything's far away, low key.
Do you guys have better corn? Like, are y'all the corn capital?
We were for a certain time, but I think right now the way that crops work, we're probably growing more soybeans than anything. If I had to really think about it.
Oh yeah, because Trump messed up our soybeans, right, with the tariffs or whatever.
He fucked that. Yeah, I was gonna say tariffs fucked up a lot of imports. A lot of domestic farmers are getting government stipends to grow certain crops, which is good for them in a way. You know what I mean? Anytime you can take the government's money, folks, make sure you take it. Do, because
legally,
yours every day.
Legally.
Shit, if you can get away with it, do it illegally.
Right, if you can get away with it, do you?
That's not an endorsement.
We do not condone going to put the thing up. That's why I said legally, and then I added to his shit. That's so funny. We gotta do better. We got to do better.
But like I said, and people are saddened by the news. I'll show this before we go to that. I will just show this part, and then we'll break down the Nancy Grace part because she is returned. That's not what I want. The return of Nancy G. Niggas better get their shit together. This is why. Let's put this on the stage. Right. Remove. There you go. The independent autopsy was called inconclusive on the cause of death of Nolan Wells in Mississippi. An attorney representing the family of Nolan Wells said on Wednesday that an independent autopsy failed to identify a clear cause of death in a case that had drawn national attention. These findings are inconclusive, pending further investigation, said Benjamin Speaking during the press conference at an NAACP gathering in Chicago, Crump, a prominent civil rights attorney, said the body wasn't in a state that would allow a complete forensic review of the remains. The autopsy was performed by Dr. Roger Mitchell, who was not present. While Crump acknowledged the autopsy found no evidence of wrongdoing, he described the findings as inconclusive. This pathologist cannot rule out if any intervening non-accidental factors contributed to cause the death of Nolan Wells. Wells was found on an island off the Mississippi coast 2 days ago after he and his friend boated to a 4th of July party. Wednesday press conference provided little new concrete information about the case, but appeared to be a part of an effort to spur faster action from law enforcement. So that's basically what's going on. They have not released the cause of death in the statement released a few months ago, and it's a very interesting trial so far.
A few weeks ago. It ain't been months. It happened in July.
Yeah, so it happened down the 4th of July weekend. And as y'all can see, Nancy Grace is back.
Nancy G on you niggas' head tops.
Yes, I don't know. I put it.
Why you ain't send that nigga's throat to the next autopsy? Crazy to say that. My bad.
So y'all see Nancy
but
Grace
it wasn't
back.
the throat. It was the throat, and something else was missing. I do believe was what the report said.
Which is strange, anyway. But Nancy Grace said mystery swinging around the death of Mississippi football player Nolan Wells. New details night with Nancy Grace on her YouTube channel. I used to be locked into the CNN 2 when it was CNN 2 before it was headline news. But so you see, she says on her, we'll just look at the clip.
The tragic death of a young man, Nolan Wells. In the last hours, we learned the contents of a second independent autopsy on Nolan's body.
Preliminary report, second autopsy, death of Nolan Xavier Wells. Cause of death, undetermined, pending investigation. The manner of death, undetermined, pending investigation.
Making the water even more murky. And the COD, cause of death, and MOD, manner of death. That's from our friends at NAACP. What happened to Nolan Wells?
And that's asking the question.
She asking all the right questions.
Yeah, so
as she's prone to do.
Yeah. So as you see, she's a veteran TV legal commentator known for aggressive coverage of major cases. A very aggressive coverage. Very aggressive coverage.
Like I said, Nancy G be at you niggas' head tops. She ain't fucking around.
I love Nancy G.
Yeah. Whenever you see her return,
like, do you know how crazy it must be to pull her out of retirement for real?
Shout out to the chat.
Gotta be some real injustice.
Yeah, gotta be some real shit or some real messed up shit. What's up?
Yeah. This is
Sav.
Sav.
This is interesting. Yeah. On all sides.
Shout out to the 2 gems. I appreciate they show gems now.
Oh, we got gems. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so shout out to this 2 gem from Nolan Wells. 4714. We appreciate you, my guy. You are a legend out here. My stream deck done broke. My stream deck broke. I was supposed to do the horns. I don't know when my stream deck broke.
We got a what's up, y'all? Nothing. Talking about this.
Yeah, we gonna figure it out. Nancy gonna get to it. Listen, if anybody gonna figure it out,
like the
Nancy
sky.
It's Nancy. If don't nobody figure it out, it's gonna be Nancy. And then having Ben Crumb as your
as y'all can see, her return, Grace has re-engaged with Nolan Wells' case, bringing renewed spotlight and controversy. The debate, critics argue media involvement complicates fair trial season. Supporters say it holds courts accountable. So let's talk about some of our discussion points. We know you got, does Nancy Grace return to this case serve justice, or is it content creation disguised as advocacy? Her track record has both defenders and vocal critics.
I don't like that.
We're also going to break down.
Because we're going to act like Nancy is true to this. She's not new to this. Let's keep it a stack.
Oh, never forget Nancy was a prosecutor. Never forget. In Atlanta at that.
And look,
never forget.
I never wanted to be on the prosecution side. but like she's not a prosecutor anymore, so that's okay.
But Nancy, just know she about that life. She don't play them games, and she can be ruthless.
Nancy gonna make a bag off of this either way. Like that's just a fact, and that's I think is where people's problems come in. But that's neither here nor there. What matters is we find out what happened to this young man.
Yeah, and also they talk about high-profile commentary can pressure prosecutors, judges, and juries. Is that accountability or mob influence dressed as in a blazer? These are just questions people ask, so don't think just this is our opinion. I'm just putting out basic discussion points. The victim in all this, when cameras chase a case, who's really being served, the conversation has to include how coverage affects the family and the accused right to a fair trial. Things matter. Why has Grace re-entered? Is there some new evidence, or is this streaming ratings played? It's just basic things people have said. You know, I think the latter is probably not as loud this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that the latter isn't this loud this time. I think a lot of people really do think that this whole case is weird and that stuff isn't adding up.
Well, I mean, it is weird. There's no if
and I appreciate people putting their racist or stereotypical thought process to the side to just look at the facts, and the math just does not math.
You're not wrong. Here's the thing though. If you were there when we first covered this, I was very adamant at not taking a racial standpoint.
Yep, I was here because you kept telling me not to. Even though I told every black person in the country, I don't care how close you are with someone or whatever. Like, it's one thing if it's just you and one other person. I can maybe understand that. I am never in today's climate. No matter how much I trust you, I'm not going out of the country where I'm the only person of color surrounded around a completely other race in 2026. When we have the climate that we have, I just feel like people get away with being terrible human beings too much or whatever when it comes to my particular race. And so, nah, I'm not doing that. I still got friends today that will be a part of my wedding that are of the paler variety. And I guarantee you, I'm still not going to fucking Mexico or somewhere with just them. I'm not. And I used to stay at their house by myself, being the only black person when I was in high school and stuff. I guarantee you I wouldn't allow my daughter to do that if I had one, just because I don't trust human beings anymore. Let's be clear. I don't trust human beings anymore. And I feel like the way the climate is in 2026, it allows everybody to think that they can do really fucked up shit without any type of consequences. And I'm here to tell you, Nancy Grace is here to tell you that that's not true.
Women process threat assessment different than men do.
Very much so.
That's just the thing. Because I've been on many a trip where I was the only Negro involved, yo.
But I have to always say this, and I hate doing this. I hate doing this because I hate colorism and all that stuff. But we're not gonna act like people, like your white friends treat you the same as they do or would other black people that present more black. And maybe your friends are the rare exception. And I'm glad for that. I'm glad for that. But you're not just like a typical Negro either. Like, you're still into a lot of the things that society would consider white things or whatever and stuff. So I feel like you have a good balance, and it helps that you're light skinned. But I don't think if you looked and sounded like Zell May, they would treat you the same. And maybe your friend group wouldn't, but others out there, that's not how that works, unfortunately.
I wish the police would take that route then.
I wish they would too.
If the police would,
but I still guarantee that you probably get away with still more than someone that looks like Zell May.
I don't know, nigga. I've had a lot of.
I don't know, but you be doing illegal shit, Tori. So let's not act like you just be casually walking down the street, minding your business, doing nothing.
Hey, look, I've been a constant
doing nothing. You be doing shit though. So some of it is stereotypes. Some of it is because you're a street pharmacist.
I can't let you do that. If you know the amount of WWBs I've caught, it's not even funny. You know how many times I've got hit with a walking while black? So many times it ain't fucking funny. You know how many fucking times I've been made to fucking lay down
because you on the block.
with like,
take your ass inside.
You know how many times I've been forced to lay on the ground and fucking had guns pointed at me simply
I can just say this, and that's cool, and I get that. I'm not saying I need people to understand, because for whatever reason, people think that anytime I say something, it's absolute. There is always an exception to every rule. You can sit there and say, white people don't use washcloths. I'm sure you know white people that use washcloths, but majority of them do not. So guess what? That is the rule. The people that use washcloths is the exception. Kudos to you. You don't get a cookie for doing what you should be doing. Now, when it comes to you, I get everything that you're saying. I'm not saying that you've never been profiled or anything like that. But for instance, Panama Ave, which is in New York, and looks like a hood black nigga that sells drugs, I guarantee you, he's probably had more of an issue by walking while black than you have. And that's just the way it is.
Moonbeam, all I'm saying is, at the beginning of this year, I had a cop stick a gun in my fucking face for having sunglasses in my hand.
I had a cop scream at me to get out of the car and damn near put me in handcuffs and accuse me of drinking. And I am a black woman after he followed me out of a neighborhood and onto the main street only to pull me over. And I'm a woman. And I did not get a ticket. And he screamed at me, made me get out of the car, put his hand on his fucking holster, and like I was sitting there like I just robbed somebody or some shit.
Hey. All I'm saying is,
I did not even want to tell you how my shit went down in Alabama when I was going through Alabama and got pulled over by a white racist trooper.
And unfortunately, I don't want to hear that. My identification, it just says black. They don't have a box to check for being biracial. It's black, white. So all I'm saying is, regardless of however I may present myself, I'm not.
Yes, I do appear black, right?
Of white privilege. It is just not. That is just not true.
But see, look what he's saying. His ethnicity is Hispanic, but he appears black, and he does. Like you don't look at Sav and think Afro Latino, because I don't, and I've known him for years. Or whatever, but guess what? Because he gets misraced daily.
It be like that, yo.
It be like that. But yes, I just think you should keep your head on a swivel at all times. I feel like you should be mindful of the people that you do things with. And let me say this: there are black friends that I have for years that I ain't going out of the country with, because I already know that I can't tolerate that much of them. Where I can't get away, where I am trapped in another country, or where I'm trapped. And I'm using country because I'm also still thinking about the girl that got engaged and then went missing, and her husband and her fiance came back. And guess what? That's interrace too.
Listen, I just don't trust y'all niggas at all. I go by myself.
I promise you, the amount of times I've gotten a separate Airbnb from everybody. I was in a whole bridal party and did not stay with the bridal party. I got an Airbnb separately because I don't know all you hoes, nor do I trust all you hoes. So no, I'm not about to be stuck. Where I lay my head at night, regardless if I'm in the city or not, I need to feel comfortable. I need to be safe. That is my safe space. If I can't feel like that, I'm not.
They do it all over the country, Pen.
Honestly, in New York, if you're Hispanic, they classify you as white. If you get arrested and charged with a crime to confuse the census to make America think that white are getting arrested as well.
Homies be like, I know
black, I believe that.
Poppy, I know black.
You know how many times
I've had the Dominican homies tell me they're not black? I know, I'm aware. Even though you dark as hell, you're not black. I get it.
Tell that to them white people when they get Mississippi.
I was gonna say,
okay.
You're not in
Mississippi. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. In the dirty South, you got three races. You got Mexican, you got black and white.
You got Mexican, you got black, and you got white. I guarantee you.
If you speak Spanish, you're a black Mexican.
Nope. The only people that I've seen,
black Mexican,
like Arabics will fuck with black people here in Duval.
Yo,
and
shout out to the
in Puerto Ricans.
Store, yo, them niggas hold
Puerto Ricans.
Oh, you might.
But they call a lot of them don't like us.
They don't know the difference between races.
A lot of them don't like us anyway.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with the Habibis at the corner store, yo. Them niggas are cool.
Man, everybody at the corner store cool when you giving them money.
Hey, but sometimes you just
give them a little pushback and see how racist they turn. And I ain't even talking about the bodegas. Let's talk about the hair store. Actually, no, let's not get off topic because I can go down the line about Asian racism and all time. I can go down the line.
You gotta remember,
or whatever of how they want our money, but they do not want to respect us.
Just like red states are gonna be that way, yo.
See, they cool when you paying rent. They cool when you coming and buying their wigs or whatever. But I guarantee you, they gonna walk around behind you in the store while you do it.
Hey, that's why I blast loud music whenever I go into all stores, just so you know I ain't trying to steal nothing. So
nah. That way you know I'm gonna ask you why you're looking at me and why you're following me.
And listen, when you've been hit with as many hard R's as I have in my day, when you strapped with as many good old boys as I have,
because I can literally name 2 people that have ever came out their mouth and called me the hard R word, and I guarantee you that nigga didn't almost make it out the cheerleading gym. Because my dad and my brother and my mother and my aunt rolled up this happened at a cheerleading gym, by the way, a gymnastics and cheerleading gym. And he went out of his pocket and they had to hold me back because I was going to handle it. And I was like, oh, y'all not going to let me beat his ass? Cool. I called Joni real quick. I was like, hey, this is what happened. I promise you within 10 minutes, my big ass brother, my angry ass daddy, my angry ass mama, my multi-black belt auntie, it rolled up and was like, fuck all of that. Don't play them games.
Not a thing. Women don't listen sometimes, folks. And you got to
yep, and now we're into the sexism part of the show.
It's guaranteed.
He did it.
No, it's not. Because you didn't do it on Rushmore. And see, now I'm gonna pay attention because Zell May pointed out all the ways that you gave yourself away, and it all happens to be being a dick. So now, future Mount Rushmores, I'm watching you, nigga. I'm watching you.
Hey,
I hope you give Tory the anime fight saboteur because I'm voting for him regardless.
See, damn. Well, now don't do it. Don't do it.
Nah, totally do it. Totally do it.
Don't do it that way. No, because
totally do it.
I'm always in the interest of making sure whoever's the saboteur gets caught because that just makes me feel better.
Whatever.
So, like, as long as you vote for me, that's fine. As long as I can get everyone else to spread their votes the right way, we'll be okay. So, vote for me all you want.
I am. So, Zelme, handle it. It's time for me to get a win.
Another personally win. That you didn't see the play, yo.
You said what?
I said you took it personally. You didn't see the play. Monray was the only person that saw.
No, I didn't take it personally that I saw the play. If you watch it, I was like, damn, he really didn't mention that. And I did say something about his age. Like I was genuinely like, damn. I just thought, Tory like 6 months clean. I thought this nigga was just chilling.
No,
I'm like, he ain't on that shit. He chilling. He vibing. He ain't on problematic time. No,
I'm always on problematic.
He was just finessing a bitch.
That's true. I was playing the game, I was playing the
and you played it well. You saw I said it. You played it well. And I even gave an example. I was like, I knew that I could win Tory over with getting the xenomorph on by making the Rule 34 comment. And I knew. So then instead of him being like, nah, because he doesn't think that the xenomorph was on there, he went into it. And so I'm like, that was perfect because I figured that he was just he heard what I said. He played it well.
You thought.
Check out Mount Rushmore, y'all. We just did a horror villains Mount Rushmore.
And I gave y'all the blueprint of how to play a saboteur. Monray be pimping, so he sensed the trick. That's all it was.
I haven't been have I been the saboteur? Yeah, I was for one.
Yeah, Monray caught you too, nigga.
No, he did not. I don't like that term. He did not catch me. He guessed because I was the only person that hadn't been on the show as many times. So he was like, I'm going to just assume that Zell May is going to give it to the most recent person on the show. It was a good guess, but he didn't catch me.
Nah, look,
he did not catch me. I didn't sabotage, but remember, I didn't sabotage that list though. Everything that I wanted on that list, y'all voted for on your own. I didn't sabotage that list.
If he picked you, he caught you.
He didn't catch me. He picked me.
He caught
you. Yeah. See, Ghostface. Look at Ghostface. Look at that. Should have been there.
That's what
They ruined the list when they got rid of Ghostface. That's where y'all fucked up.
Afro got rid of Ghostface because
and that's why I said that's where the list went left, because we kept forgetting that Chucky was down there. Michael Myers should have been gone sooner, and Chucky should have been gone. Yeah. If he stayed, then he should have stayed, and the Xenomorph should have been gone.
Yeah.
Yo,
but go check out Mount Rushmore on this show on Sunday. Next week we are doing anime fights. Yeah, we are doing anime fights.
Me and Tori have the bit. Like, honestly, I feel like me and Tori are getting up there in lore, and I appreciate that. I feel like that means that we're getting super close, because the only person that I feel like he kind of go back and forth with, like me, aside from me, is his own fucking cousin. So Joe don't count, and Joe drink, so he don't count.
Yeah.
I feel like outside of them, I feel like you and I have now become a whole lore package.
Unless I put Murray on the, if I put Murray on the show,
you gonna add y'all too? Yeah, these niggas is funny.
If you
Zellmade does like 30,000 shows, okay, and Tori does about 29,000 shows, and he don't give a shit. And like we showed, he's a street pharmacist. He is the reason why I'm not streaming this right now on TikTok, because you never know how things are gonna go on this particular.
You get automatically banned when you see Afro on TikTok.
He's not. We did Mount Rushmore on TikTok. Y'all remember I sent it to TikTok.
Oh, they must ain't caught him.
But that's because
I would say I don't even bother with TikTok because I get banned as soon as I try to do anything. Yo, they're like, nah, nigga, we cool, and I'm like, fuck y'all niggas. Then I ain't like TikTok all like that anyway. I ain't want to be a TikTok Negro anyways.
That's why I took a break. They were shadow banning me. I was like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, but like I said, go check out the other shows. There's some great content on there. Y'all got a little bit of a glimpse on what we talking about. But the final thing on Nancy Grace before we go into something that I know Afro going to be passionate about, and we might have to just barely touch on the Charleston White situation, is the case for coverage of Nancy Grace is bringing national attention to the case that may otherwise be buried by local authorities. Has a track record of pressuring law enforcement to act on cold or neglected cases, gives victim families a platform which no one else is covering the story. Her celebrity amplifies community fundraising and tip lines, and media pressure can accelerate evidence review and prosecuted timelines, which hopefully can push a little more.
Nancy be doing numbers, to put it in layman's terms.
Yeah, go and waste them on my shit.
Now, a case against her coverage would be prejudice. The jury pool before the trial, potential jurors or her audience, has historically gotten facts wrong with major onerous consequences. That was early on her career. That's true too. Early on her career, she used to just go wild because you guilty. If she think you get,
Nancy just used to go all in all the way, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you gotta hold a little back.
Treats grief as entertainment can re-traumatize families. Suspects are tried on television before a court date is even set. Her coverage has been linked to wrongful pressure on innocent people, and that was like early on in her career, by the way. She was
I would say Nancy.
I'm gonna say like the first. I'm gonna say like the first two, like that's in anything. The prejudice for the jury pool. Anybody that's reporting on the case can affect potential jurors, so that has nothing to do with just Nancy Grace. Historically, gotten facts wrong with major on-air consequences. There is not a news outlet out here that has not had to retract something at least once every year. And you can Google that. Treats grief as entertainment, can re-traumatize families. That is no different than any other coverage that is not just Nancy Grace. Suspects are tried on television before court. That is also an everything thing. We don't say that about Fox News that has straight biased commentary about anything. But y'all come for Nancy Grace. And you want to know why? I'm going to tell y'all why. It's because she's a woman.
Every time y'all niggas watch,
it's because she's a woman.
Shit, you're technically making.
Because don't nobody do all this extra shit when we know for a fact that Fox News will literally just make up shit.
Well,
whatever, or be completely biased. The only reason people, CNN is biased as well. However, I don't feel like they are as blatantly biased as Fox.
Look. Shameless plug that we're not being sponsored by, but we should. Look, if you want true, unbiased fucking news coverage, Ground News is where to go, yo. You get to see.
You want to know what I used to really like, but I think they may have brought it back. But when I was in college, one of the unfiltered news outlets that I used to look at was Al Jazeera. because they had no ties. They would just say what they.
Yeah, but
I watched I read it and watched Al Jazeera a lot.
Everybody's suspect once a lot of money gets involved. We're always going to suspect. And Al Jazeera, when Al Jazeera was a smaller funded company, I could see But the cool thing
in the beginning, because remember, I think they disappeared and then they came back a couple years later. I'm talking about the pre one before they got rid of Al Jazeera's network.
Ground news, it isn't actually a news source. What it does is it shows you which publications are covering certain stories, whether it's a right-leaning publication, a left-leaning publication, or a more centrist publication. It just shows you what stories these different outlets are covering as opposed to what they're not covering.
So now you know every side and you can choose which one you want to believe instead of only getting one perspective. And I like that. Expensive. I like that a lot.
It's not super expensive. It's like $10 a month, I think, or some shit like that.
I think that's worth it to be able to see how everybody else is covering certain cases.
So, hey,
the real issue is a lot of people are just
misinformed. If you want to sponsor us, get in contact.
Yeah. I'm with you, right? I'm here for it. I may download that tonight, actually.
But we got some U.S. military assets to Israel. Plus, Mamdani wants Netanyahu arrested. So good and the bad for Afro. Let's break down the bad first. First off, the U.S. military share is happening. We just got a bill passed in the House, and here was about the United States continue sharing military assets, intelligence, and defense systems with Israel amid ongoing conflict. Congress and the White House have faced.
I'm about to read. You tired today?
I am tired.
I'm gonna read for you. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna start at the top. The United States continues sharing military assets, intelligence, and defensive systems with Israel amid ongoing conflict. Congress and the White House have faced internal divisions over what conditions, if any, should apply to military aid. Debates center on the Iron Dome, munitions supply chains, and joint military exercises. And critics argue no condition aids make the U.S. complicit in actions the ICC is now investigating.
Yeah, so essentially, we starting having like a AI basic military foundation of like a connection, which will make if you attack them, you attack us, which will lead to just us being involved in every military action that Israel has, and basically their war force.
Our greatest liability, brother.
Yeah. Let me know when you want me to go to the next one.
So, like I said, what y'all thought about this? How you think about we in bed with Israel's military now?
I'm gonna let that be all Tory because I have nothing to say.
We have been in bed with Israel's fucking.
But not but this time, Afro, it's a little different. We've been in bed with them, but this time we lived in the house.
Yeah, okay.
With a girlfriend. We live together.
But here's the thing about
Israel. You were still in your basement.
Israel was established, and I believe, and my dates could be off. That happens. I partake in some illicit substances. My memory may not be but I believe 1929 was the first great exodus of European Jews into the Middle East to establish Israel. And that damn near is the last time where they were a victim. And even then, when this was happening, the United States was key in the foundation of Israel, at least on behind the scenes, anyways, if not forward, front facing like we are now. I mean, but the problem with it is that it'd be one thing if the Israeli regime really was this victim of this great crime that fucking. And look, I hate to sound insensitive about it, but listen, 1944 was a long time ago. Okay, fucking, you guys were victims then. You were displaced, disenfranchised, and scattered to the wind. There's no doubt about it. But the things that you did to the people of Palestine, of Gaza, of the West Bank, of these Middle Eastern countries, of Libya, which were the former Syria. Like, if you look at it, ever since, man, this is. I'm trying not to sound like fucking anti-Semitic.
You don't have to explain that. I'm gonna throw out your thing. He speaks on politics on a regular basis. He is openly supported certain things. He will tell you he doesn't lack empathy. But we are now talking about something that he has had to regurgitate and repeat multiple times that nobody really seems to give a fuck about. So if it sounds like he's insensitive, it's because he's tired, not because he lacks empathy. Now continue. Oh, we go.
Thank you. Here's the thing. Though all of those things are true, since the Israeli regime came in and we've gotten this big push of the IDF, you get the impenetrable Iron Dome, but yet fucking Tel Aviv's still getting hit by rocket strikes, not so impenetrable, even though billions of American dollars went to it. Where that money went actually, who knows, cough, cough, Benjamin Netanyahu's pockets. But here's the thing. You can't constantly cry victim when you're perpetrating worse crimes that, like,
hold on, wait, after we can say that for the last part. We got that last part.
Same crimes as your oppressor, you have now become the oppressor. You're no longer the oppressed.
It's just stupid. Whatever the IDF, whatever Mossad agent has all of these photos of whatever American elected officials they have, they got to have some crazy shit, because there's no reason why we as a country should be sitting here devoting this much money, this much time to a genocidal regime that has done nothing but fucking, like, and it hurts to a certain extent, because, like, I do feel bad for the freaking, because there are Israeli people who are suffering in this, but not like those children on the West Bank, or these people in on the Gaza Strip, or even the people in these other adjoining countries and fucking Netanyahu's crazy dream for greater Israel. Like, it's hard to feel bad for somebody when they're sitting there kicking your dog and spitting on your grandma and then setting your house on fire. You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
I said, Mombi, you can read the Mamdani.
Okay.
And you can read the next one.
The Mamdani
together.
Huh?
You can read both of them. They both go together.
Okay. The Mamdani position. Zohran Mamdani, NYC area politician, has vocally called for the arrest of Benjamin Netanyahu under the ICC warrant. He frames it as a matter of international law, applying equally, no exception for allied head of state. His stance puts him at odds with the Biden and Trump administration's approaches to the ICC warrant. Supporters call it principled, critics call it politically naive and diplomatically dangerous. Now, the ICC warrant question. The ICC issued an arrest warrant for Netanyahu related to alleged war crimes in Gaza. The U.S. is not an ICC member state, complicating enforcement and diplomatic fallout. Several U.S. allies have signaled they may comply with the warrant if Netanyahu visits their territory. The situation tests the limits of international law versus geopolitical alliances.
Both of them had to go together because it explains Mamdani's position on why he wants to arrest him, because the ICC has a warrant out for his arrest. So, but like, if he touched New York, he will arrest Netanyahu. But essentially what he said, Trump said he would.
Man, I wouldn't be out here announcing where I'm gonna take you. Like, I'm gonna just say, oh, that's crazy. And then when you show up unsuspecting, then you gonna get got. All you got to do is avoid the places that have openly said they're gonna arrest him.
It's kind of hard to avoid New York.
But here's
he can physically avoid New York. He can send a representative.
You gotta remember, he's basically making a trip to beg for some more money. If we're gonna keep it a stack, he's gonna come here and he's gonna talk about how Hamas and fucking the Palestinians are trying so hard to fucking destroy Israel, even though fucking Israel is the aggressor. We need to remember this, yo.
I think people keep forgetting that Israel is the aggressor in this situation.
Israel is the aggressor. It is not. Look, Hamas. Damn, am I about to cape for terrorism?
Oh my God. Let's adjust that because the sound bite of that is insane.
We have all right.
He said, "Oh my God, am I about to cape for terrorism?" No, you're not.
Or support.
That's not what's about to come out of his mouth, people. No matter how much it may sound like it.
Here's it's hard though. Like
free speech platform.
If you had let hypothetically speaking,
say
you were in a country and another country, say you didn't live in America, the only place where you're not going to get international terrorists putting boots on your ground, fucking trying to shoot you, and you were someplace, say you were in your home, and then all of a sudden a foreign entity comes in, says, your home's not your home anymore. Get out or we're going to kill you. You get out, and then they still kill you. Fucking, if you're watching this, how are you not going to try and form some sort of resistance? That's all I'm saying. Like, has Hamas done some bad things? Yes. But do I understand the reason for the formation of Hamas when looking at it purely from an outside perspective? Yes.
Also, yes.
Why wouldn't you? Why would you not? Why at any point in time would you just lay there and let somebody murder you?
That goes back to my Attack on Titan statement every time when people be like, Aaron was wrong. I'm like, if these were your people and you could avoid this, would you? And if you say no, then you're just a bitch. You scary. Because I want my people to be straight.
Here's the thing. They're always going to use the Holocaust as an excuse.
Every fucking time. Every fucking time.
And look, it was a horrible thing.
It was terrible.
8 million people died. You know what I mean? If not more. It was an ethnic cleansing of the highest caliber. But that doesn't mean that you now should go and ethnically cleanse people. You're like, oh, well, we're Jewish and Israel is the religious home of Judaism. So like ipso facto, we should own this, get off the land. How does that sound to the Muslim people that have been there for hundreds of years at this point? Like y'all niggas went off to Europe and fucking
and left, and now y'all want to come back and take our home.
Yeah, they were. Look, for all my anime Negroes out here, the way that I describe the Israel and fucking Palestine situation to my anime friends is that Israel is Don Quixote do Flamengo, and fucking and Gaza is Dressrosa. Palestine is Dressrosa.
That's a good one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the way I explain.
That's a good analogy. It's a really good analogy.
And that's basically what it was. It was like this was our home first, but we left and settled in Europe, and then like we got kicked out of there by the Germans. So we figured we're going to come back here and oust the people that now live and take care of this land.
After we abandoned it. After we abandoned it. They chose to leave. They didn't leave because they were forced. They chose to leave.
They weren't shipped off to Europe as slaves, folks. Okay?
Exactly. They chose to go over there. And then now, after they got put out, then they're like, we're going to go and bother the people that are there.
1929 was the start of it. And there were some, when the Jewish people first made this great migration back to their Holy Land, there were some synagogues that were set up. There were some Jewish people that were murdered by Muslims. Like that's true.
And unfortunately, that's also a part of war, though. That happens in every conflict.
Exactly. But that does not give an excuse. All right, look, they did something bad to me, so I'm going to go bomb this hospital. And that just doesn't track,
of innocent people, men, women, children, elderly that have nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing outside of the fact that they live there.
As this rages on, there are literally Palestinian people who were in their homes and had fucking a bunch of Jewish guys come up with guns and be like, hey, I'm taking your house. Get out. And they couldn't do anything about it except for fight. So like,
and everybody in America that loves their right to bear arms would absolutely do the exact same thing. If you are a gun owner in America and you believe in standing your ground and the right to bear arms, you are literally these people that are trying to defend their right to survive.
Look, if somebody showed up at my crib and was like,
I wish you would show up at my crib. First off, if you can get into the gate, let's chat.
Well, damn, we gotta
She got an iron wall.
We're lucky enough to live behind the gate. Some of us
iron
be
wall.
in the hood, yo. It is what it is.
some of y'all are in the hood, because I couldn't even say some of us. Some of y'all are in the hood, yes. So no gates.
You pull up on me trying to get your issue, we're gonna shoot it out. It is what it is.
We're gonna shoot it out. It is what it is. I'm standing my ground every time. Because I'm never going to sit there and let you willingly take advantage of me.
Shout out to my nigga Zohran Mamdani, yo. The nigga, yo.
Shout out to Zohran Mamdani. It's crazy, though. I don't know if I'm going that far.
This is what our elected officials should be doing.
Like, no, for real, though.
Since when does America let war criminals come and speak before Congress?
And just do whatever, just casually hang out.
When do we go and shake hands with niggas that blow up schools for a fucking Thursday evening?
To be fair,
so I have a question. I have a quick question before we go next. What president that we've had in the past do you think would not stand for this shit?
None.
Okay.
Moonbeam, now we got what's really being decided.
Okay. What's really being decided here? This is a quote. Does international law apply equally to U.S. allies? If the answer is no, what is international law actually for? Do you want to stop there? Or you want me to get everything else off?
Just read all that.
Okay. So should the U.S. condition military aid? For, yes, aid with no conditions gives allies a blank check with American weapons. Against, no, conditions weaken alliances and signal unreliable partnerships to all U.S. allies. Is this about Israel or precedent? The people that are for, it says precedent. If Netanyahu escapes accountability, every leader takes note of what's possible, and that is a fact. The people that are against it say it's specific. Israel's situation is unique. The regional security stakes change the calculus. I don't know if I agree with that. Anywho, is Mamdani's stance legally sound? The people that are for it say, yes, the ICC warrant is valid under international law and no state is above it. The people that are against it say the U.S. never ratified the ICC. His call is a political statement, not legal reality. And the last one, can the U.S. walk both lines? The people that say no say you either support international accountability mechanisms or you undermine them, which is common sense. And then those that say against, those are yes for walking both lines. Diplomacy has always required managing contradictions. This is not new. That is also the case.
So I want the audience to look at these and tell your thoughts, your own thoughts, not some.
Yeah, if you're in the comments, post a comment. Let us know which one. Where you stand. And while we're waiting on that, how about each of us say where we stand on each section? Okay. Go with you. You up there. You up there, big boy.
All I'm going to say is that as long as we're going to sit on the UN Security Council, I feel that there is a certain need for us to adhere to the ICC. What was the fucking point if we were going to let certain niggas slide?
Right.
Like, honestly, because here's the thing, and maybe with this president, with our current president, precedents are very important. Precedents are being set all the time that people are going to go to for years to come, for years and years to come. Even so far as a sitting president not being able to be convicted of a crime. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Right. So does that give you a blank? Does that give you a blank check to just be a fucking criminal once you take office? You know,
and it does. In so many ways, it does. It changes the standards that have been put in place for positions of authority.
I also see the other side, and that being that when it comes to international law, things are going to be tricky.
Yeah, you got to finagle some shit, and I get that.
You have to, because look, it's all shades of gray at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There is no black and white. It's all shades of gray. Even shit that is like on paper horrendous. Like, if you want to be honest, a little bit of a tangent. What we did to Japan during World War II is
boy was crazy. Straight war criminals. Straight
Like,
war crimes.
You have to think it would have been one thing if that was the immediate reaction to Pearl Harbor. We did this 4 years later. You know what I mean?
It was nasty.
Like, no warning. That's all she wrote. And we
went on about their business.
To be historically fair, we did ask them that they concede.
And they said
no. They did say no.
And they did say no.
We said, all right, bet.
And see, I'm always concerned about both Pearl Harbor and the Holocaust, because even though I went to a math science middle school, we like history was like history. They didn't play about history. And so I had to do 2 different projects where I spoke with someone that was a part of Pearl Harbor or whatever. And then I spoke with someone that was a family member that escaped the Holocaust and shit. And so I see both sides, but there has to be a line, or we're always just going to be out here killing each other.
But I ain't gonna lie,
there has to be a
dropping
line.
nukes on somebody is the craziest all right bet I ever heard.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's still good. Like, we still did the fucking most.
Nigga, there's still you gotta look at it this way. Japan
There's still places over there that you can't touch because of nuclear radiation.
Japan is still economically recovering from fucking Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Do y'all know how crazy it is to bomb them that they became like allies after the hey, you ours now?
Yeah.
That's some.
But you also have to remember Japan allying with us is one of the only things keeping Japan from being absorbed by China.
No, for real.
You see, Taiwan ain't trying to ride. Taiwan ain't trying to ride with niggas like that, and that's why
ever. They almost never would have ride.
But it's a very sticky situation, just all the way around. But I do believe that at a certain point, fucking, you gotta call a spade a spade. Benjamin Netanyahu is a bad person. He is a dictator. He is a war criminal, and he has caused the deaths of hundreds of thousands of innocent people. And that's all fact. Whether you want to look at it in white and black shades of gray, look, if you're out here causing the death of dozens of thousands of innocent people, you're probably not that good. Regardless of what your reasoning is.
And then in a country that puts God so high, aka the United States, then you should also understand that no matter what the situation is, a sin is a sin. So
look, a lot of
there's levels to this shit.
Listen, this country 100% would have sent ice on Jesus. Let's not pretend.
No, they absolutely would have sent
100% ice on Jesus. Let's not pretend.
That is not a debate that I'm willing to have, because I agree wholeheartedly.
Let's not pretend.
But it's a sticky situation, yes, and but at some point in time, I just don't understand the mental gymnastics people are going through to somehow think that this Israel situation is in any way advantageous,
justified, because it's not.
And to be fair to Afro's first point, most Americans agree with that too. It just somehow our elected officials do not agree to this at all. Like, our elected officials don't agree. I think it's like 74% of the country, but like, no, I think 80% don't like this bill of the military aid group, because they're like, why are we linked to them?
Because look at it, all of these taxpayers. How do you think? Look, as upstanding members of society like yourselves, how do you feel that the money that the government's taking from your taxes is going to fucking?
I'm not real happy about it when I just had to put $75 in my tank. I'm real not happy about it.
Well, what you worried about? Listen, we put money into our
401ks.
No. What's it called when you get old? Social Security, and we ain't getting that shit.
Child, Social Security been dead for a minute.
And we still paying it. Don't piss me off. Why am I paying this if I'm not getting it? Okay, we gotta pay.
See, I do my 401k shit, but they can't take that from me.
I'm saying that's something that we supposed to get, and they be like, "Well, you're paying."
Oh no, that's been dead for years, though. That's the crazy thing. Social Security,
and we still pay it. That's the crazy part about we pay people.
That shit's been done.
How do you pay into something that y'all admit ain't gonna be around when we get old to use it? Like, hey, you paying this for everybody else? I'm like, You wasted their money.
Our
government is like
Netanyahu can call for the deaths of small Palestinian children for the advancement of greater Israel, brother. He's not going to stop until he owns a quarter of the Middle East.
But y'all let us know y'all thoughts on these 4 questions and all that. So, like most of this is
there. See, I don't think I got too crazy, yo.
You did great. I think you did excellent.
It's got to be common sense.
You gave me just enough to feel like we talked about it, and not enough to be like we're never going to be able to do a show on this platform again. So thanks.
No problem.
We did have to put this up here twice, but that's better than
but those were really for personal thoughts that we said out loud.
But that better not thought now. I thought I was gonna do at least like 12 times. So twice.
Yeah.
But let's break down something fun. Let's end the show off something fun.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's actually fun because he actually got shot. But y'all know what I'm saying. The background, Charleston White.
He gets shot at all the time. You know how many times I've been shot?
Well, he was at an event later, so he good. But Charleston White, outspoken former street figure turned controversial commentator, has built a platform around confrontational takes on Black culture, crime, and community. Who is Rap-A-Lot Records? Houston-based legendary hip-hop label founded by Jay Prince, home to Scarface, Ghetto Boys, and many of Houston's rap most iconic artists. The beef, Charleston White's public commentary, escalates into direct confrontation with Rap-A-Lot camp, including statements that drew responses from label affiliates. Why it matters, this isn't just a personal beef. It touches on authenticity, platform responsibility, Houston rap legacy, and the line between commentary and respect. And as I told y'all earlier, he got kind of pop out pew today. He went out and said niggas and all that.
He did get pew-pewed, or he got pew-pewed at?
Pew-pewed at. He did not get.
Okay, because those are 2 different things.
Yeah. They are.
I say pew-pew bang.
I'll never forget. Look, this nigga was like, I called y'all all kinds of bitches. Y'all niggas try me if you want to. And then not even 10 seconds later, he was like, I will be going to talk to the authorities after this. I was like, well, damn. You can't beat this.
I'm not gonna lie.
Here's the thing. For all of you street niggas, y'all are not gonna beat Charleston White because he's going to tell on you. There's nothing you can do about it. And he's blatantly open about it. He is going to tell on you. And like I've heard niggas talk, they said them Rap-A-Lot niggas that they surrounded him with, and hey, they said he was on some fuck your mama shit. And he kept it pushing. And like, what are you gonna do? Because if you take a shot at him, he gonna call the police. It is what it is. So y'all gotta look. The best way for you street niggas to handle Charleston White, so to speak, is just to not engage, because there's no winning it for you at all.
Well, he is taking on one of probably the most powerful groups in Houston. I'm very interested how they're gonna go because they ain't got that. You know, a lot of people that snitched on Jay Prince. That shit do not work. I don't know what it is.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Jay Prince is bulletproof, low key. But Jay Prince Jr. not so much. Because like allegedly, Jay Prince. Never mind. I'm not Charleston White. But
this discussion angles. Let's go. Platform versus legacy. Charleston White built his following by saying what others won't. But when that commentary targets institutions with deep community roots like Rap-A-Lot, what's the line? Jay Prince is standing. Jay Prince is not just a label head. He's a known figure in street politics with a long history of brokering peace and standing firm. This is not a beef most people would start. The escalation factor. What started as commentary has moved into the territory that feels personal and potentially dangerous. The question is who blinks, who doubles down, and who benefits.
Get more personal than that.
He did. Culture accountability. Is Charleston White holding Houston rap culture accountable? Or is he using shock value to stay relevant? Both can be true, and that complexity is worth the conversation.
2 things can be true. 2 things can be true, yo.
Mommy, you want to read the 2 angles?
Yeah, I will. Okay, breakdown of the beef. Charleston White's angle. Ugh. Anyways, built his platform specifically on not backing down. Backing down now would undermine his entire brand. Argues the hip-hop industry has too many untouchable figures who escape criticism through intimidation. He claims to be speaking for the people in the community who won't say what he says publicly. His confrontational style has historically drawn major figures to respond, which grows his platform. Some of his critiques of the culture are legitimate, even if the delivery and escalation are reckless.
Very reckless.
Now, Rap-A-Lot, aka Jay Prince, is standing. Rap-A-Lot is a pillar of Houston rap history. Disrespecting it is disrespecting the culture that built modern hip-hop. Jay Prince has a documented history of protecting his artists and community in real ways, not just talk. The label's legacy includes brokering major industry peace deals. It wields real power. Not responding formally may itself be a strategic move. Not every threat requires a public answer. Affiliates and supporters who respond keep the narrative alive. Silence can also be a weapon.
He has not really said much, but
I think both.
I didn't expect him to say a lot, though.
Yeah, I
Jay
didn't
Prince
expect
is
him to say a lot.
keeping quiet.
I think that his stance is really the way to go. It's one of the things that I constantly try and work on, and not announcing my crash out or whatever, like playing chess, not checkers, all of that. So do I believe that what Charleston White says is reckless and out of pocket? Absolutely. The only thing that I heard for the most part was that everything could affect his brand, not enough on, it can affect the community that he supports or whatever. It seems like a very selfish take. Like, I want this to go down this way or whatever because of me. I don't give a fuck about your brand because I don't like Charleston White. And I've made that very clear multiple times. I don't like him. I don't care for him. And I don't care for what he says. He looks like a walking crackhead. Personally,
sometimes he go way too far. Like
his commentary, goes way too far. And I just think he's gross. I think he's a weirdo. Personally,
he even admitted him and that Gilly shit went too far. You talking about that man's son?
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy. Like that sounds.
But then again, sometimes you earn that shit. I tell people all the time, nothing's off limits for me because I don't play with disrespect.
In that case,
so you can sit there and say kids off limits from now till Christmas. I don't care. I'm gonna talk about your kids if you come for me.
But that beef was not that serious. I don't even know.
Right. And people be failing to realize that there's certain things worth crashing out about, and there's other things that's not. I can feel some type of way about something, but that doesn't mean that I want to shoot this nigga or I want to fight this nigga or some shit or whatever. Like, it's not that deep. That the disrespect, the level of disrespect doesn't warrant that type of reaction. Like, and see, people always be thinking, you ready to do X, Y, and Z? I'd be like, nah, I felt some type of way, but why the fuck risk my freedom over something as stupid as that? Or something as small as that?
Was crazy. Even he admitted, he like, that shit wasn't that deep.
Yeah, but look, at a certain point, yo, you gotta stick behind the brand, yo. Because the minute he doesn't just flash out on a nigga when he's disrespected, that's when niggas are gonna be like, oh, Charleston's gone soft. Oh, this nigga is not that. So I understand. I'm a firm believer in that all opposition must be met with equal or greater force. Either way. Fucking, you go low, I'm gonna make sure you suck my dick while you're down there.
Okay.
And that's just the truth of the matter. But he's playing a dangerous game, yo. Like,
I'm gonna tell you, he's playing a real run, Houston there.
I was gonna say he's playing a real dangerous game.
And Houston police like to shoot too, so I don't know. They run there.
They do. Yeah. But look, Jay Prince is also. I mean, Jay Prince is Jay Prince. That nigga low key the boogeyman. Like,
right, he is low key. That's why I'm surprised he's playing this game with Jay Prince of all people. He's not known to necessarily. He moves in silence, but what happens after he moves in silence is very much known.
To be fair, I don't think Jay Prince care about him. I think it's more his son.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely a Jay Prince Jr.
If Jay Prince cared enough about this man, it might be. Now, like I said, if you Cam and Mace in New York, Jay Prince got limited. We talking, but he lives where Jay Prince is. That's the dangerous part.
Yeah, I was gonna say that nigga stay in Texas. So like it's a I'm surprised he's playing this game, but in a way I'm not, because at the end of the day, Texas is a stand your ground state.
Listen, the only person on 6ix9ine
you
tour.
could do it out.
Listen, the only place that
why would
6ix9ine
you
couldn't do
want
his tour on, Afro, you remember? Well, the only place he couldn't do a tour on. When he did Jay Prince, he could not do his tour in Texas. They canceled his whole. Like, no, we are not.
They shut shit down.
We are not doing this. Nope. He went everywhere. He was in New York. He was in LA, just talking crazy to game.
Jay Prince has done a lot for the community. He's fed a lot of people, both literally and figuratively. So, like, he's a well-respected individual in his city, and I hate when niggas play games like this. When I feel like when you play games like this, you're not always looking at how high the stakes are. And like at first, I thought maybe this would do something to sort of let Charleston White see how high the stakes are. But after watching the live afterwards, that nigga just don't care.
And that's like, a dangerous person when they don't care.
He said, "Fuck it, double."
Because he might get everybody else in trouble.
There is nothing more dangerous than a nigga that doesn't care. A nigga with nothing to lose is the most dangerous thing in the jungle. Period. Point blank.
I think Jay Prince might be one of the most dangerous people behind Jay-Z in the rap game.
No, for real. That's why I'm confused.
Jay-Z dangerous another way though. Jay-Z will have every company shut you off.
I was gonna say Jay-Z will get at you the legal way though.
Yeah, he'll cut your water off. You can't eat. You can't get money. You'll just be struggling. You won't have no show. You just be
that nigga. Look, I look at it this way. Jay-Z will sew your lips shut so you can't eat. That nigga Jay Prince take your head off though.
Yeah, but let us know, where do you land on these topics? Nancy Grace and Nolan Wells.
But I'd be lying if I said the Charleston White shit wasn't entertaining, yo.
Yeah,
that nigga be
I'll go with
cracking
that.
me. That nigga be cracking me the fuck up, yo. Because the disrespect is so overt and blatant that it can't help but be funny. When he said, fuck your grandmama, fuck your mama, fuck your sister. He said, fuck the bitch that does your wife's hair. I was like, damn.
Still Huey statement, Riley statement.
And he meant every word of it. That's the thing. Like at a certain point.
What that character on Boondock based on Jay Prince?
I believe there probably was a character on the Boondocks.
He was only on one episode though, I think.
But at a certain point, I gotta respect Charleston White's level of not giving a fuck. As a nigga who prides himself on not giving a fuck, not even I can get up like that, yo. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Let's see. What do y'all see up there? Keep the conversation going.
Oh, I like this. We're getting so legit.
You know that nigga Zelmay sat down and locked in for Streamer University, yo.
I know. He called me. Me and him were watching what's his name for like a cool 2 hours together. We were watching Lowood together.
So y'all see, y'all like and subscribe, comment, share, keep the conversation going. You got Nancy Grace, you got US and Israel, and you got Charleston White and Rap A Lot Record. So keep it going in the comments. Let us know,
folks. Do some fucking research, yo. Look at
use that free search engine that the Lord gave y'all that some of us didn't have our whole lives.
Of this current Israeli regime, yo. Look, the nigga who controls. The nigga who controls the fucking police officers or the authoritarian system of Israel literally has multiple pictures of terrorists in his living room. Did you just start the saxophones on the nigga? Like a nigga, like the guy who did the mass shooting at a fucking mosque in Israel. Like literally, they've got pictures of terrorists on the walls. These are here's the thing. Benjamin Netanyahu, the niggas that work under him, there are niggas that work under him.
Stop moving your mic. You're cutting in and out.
There are niggas who work under Benjamin Netanyahu who will immediately be arrested if they leave Israel. No questions asked. But we just let Benjamin Netanyahu move as he pleases. Somebody got to do something about BB the Bomber. That's all there is to it.
Mamdani said he got you. Let us know your thoughts on everything and how everything going. I do appreciate y'all for watching. We're going to let everybody do their outros. Moonbeam, where can they find you?
You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam or Ebony_Moonbeam cosplay on all social media platforms. I'm a cosplayer, anime shit talker, real life shit talker, occasional debaucherous whore. Like I said previously, whatever you think about me or who I am, it's true. And whatever you don't think I am, that's true as well, because I don't care how you feel about me at all. Yeah, so right after this, you can follow me over to TikTok because we will be having Respectfully We Need Therapy, which I do with a beautiful queen named LG Nini. Her name is Ernie. And we kind of have a girl's version of Casual Conversations to a degree. If Casual Conversations was only about all the chaotic stories that we've experienced in our lives. So that's supposed to start at 10. It may start a little bit later because my plug is running behind and I may have to track him down. However, because plugs just don't plug anymore, you know, not the way they're supposed to. But anyways, yeah, you can find me over on TikTok for that. I've been doing game streams. I've been playing Ghostwire and Banishers. Once I finish Ghostwire, I will be going to Dead Space and then Warframe probably. So be on the lookout for that. Some of those are on TikTok. Some of those are on Twitch. Follow me everywhere, please. I would greatly appreciate it. I will be starting my 31 days of Halloween cosplay prep August 1st. So you will be getting teasers throughout from August to October. You're going to get different cosplays as well as teasers for cosplays that you will get for 31 days of Halloween cosplay. So be on the lookout for that. I will be at LoreCon in September in Durham, North Carolina, which is Blurred.com's inaugural anime convention. So be sure to check that out. I've been writing some articles. Go check out the ones that I already have on Blurred.com under the blog post, and more to come. And yeah, I got a lot of things that I'm working on. I'm trying to get my piece back together so I can be as productive as possible. Bitch, back in therapy. Go me. And yeah, that's all I got. You can find me on Saturdays for Make It Make Sense, the podcast, Sundays for Mount Rushmore, and then Mondays for the House of the Dragon review, which unfortunately I missed because the power was out. But I'm normally there too. So yeah, come find me. I'm around.
Afro.
You're breaking up, and I hate that because I want to hear the spiel.
It's not as good as the end spiel, anyways. But you can find me Mondays on the House of the Dragon reviews, Tuesdays for the Friday Night Your Raw recap, Wednesdays you can find me on the Roundtable.
I can't hear none of what he's saying.
MCU. Thursdays you can catch me here on Casual Conversations, Casually Conversating with Miss Moonbeam. Friday night, you're talking wrestling. Yeah,
yeah, we hear all ours and didn't hear nothing of Cam's. Let's go. I'm just go check them out. Blur Cartel. Go to the overall99media.org page and go check out the affiliates link.
Wait, he just popped in while I was looking down?
Oh no.
Oh.
I just said every time he mentioned our stuff, his voice will work, but when he mentions Cam, it just go away. That's not intentional anyway.
Cold fucking game. But yeah, Friday Night Euro with 3 R's. We're on the road to 10K subscribers. Come tap in, yo.
Yeah. Just click if it's hard to find, because it is very hard to find. Just click the link. Just click the affiliates link and go to the Blur page. Hopefully the Discord work. I haven't checked it.
Hey, shout out to the 200 people in the Discord, yo. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. But update this week, as y'all know, this will be Anime Fight Week. Mount Rushmore anime fights this week. Y'all see the top 4. We got these 4, and then we're gonna pick 30 to take some people off the list, and we're gonna see where we end up. We also have a saboteur and all of that. Y'all know how the show goes, so be ready for that if you're an anime fan. As well as there will be no Mount Rushmore the following week because it is my birthday and I will not be around. So the quick update on
Be
that.
singing with the strumpets. You know, he's gonna be streaming with strumpets on his birthday. You love to see it.
I ain't even gonna be in town, so it's gonna be House of the Dragon. It's gonna be hard to do too, but I'll figure out how to do it. So that'll be that too. So we'll see how we do that. And most of all the weekend shows will be going off that week, and I won't return to Texas till Tuesday night. So
wait, when are we gonna be done? When are we gonna be on break?
Oh, this show is staying, but the other show.
You're like, no, I'll do this. Any of the other shows that actually take work, I'm not doing those. This shit is lazy. That's what he said. He said, "Oh, I'll do this lazy shit." All the other shows that he got to put in work in, he like, nah. So which shows are that on which week?
Just anything between Friday and Tuesday.
Okay, so we're not doing Mount Rushmore, or someone else is taking over Mount Rushmore.
I don't know if nobody wants that work.
No, let's just skip it. Let's save it for.
I don't know if nobody wants that work, so I don't know if I can put.
But
I can do it. If you want me to.
Mount Rushmore the week after this one. Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we can hold it. We can hold it.
Yeah. So yeah,
because I'm trying to be outside anyway this weekend. I'm gonna be cute.
Well, this weekend,
getting my hair did, my hair, my nails.
Moonbeam, we're still doing Mount Rushmore this weekend. It's next weekend.
Okay, good. Y'all get to see me be a baddie this weekend. Cool.
We're still doing Mount Rushmore this week.
Okay, cool.
Sports show will be on whenever LeBron come back. But, whenever he decides on that.
Whenever LeBron come back.
They said that nigga's holding up the whole preseason.
Bro, they ain't even got the NBA schedule out because they don't know where you're going. Like, we can't schedule no game. We trying to make bread here. You messing up. He just getting pissed. So, but let us know your thoughts. I did a video on Wemby being the cover of 2K. Go check that out. If you're on the main channel, depending on what channel you're on.
Oh shit! How did we miss this? Did I just now seen it on my page that that they did the Times 100 most influential creators list of 2026. That's what we should have did. Just now seeing it. I know it got. They say it got Drewski, Coco Jones, iShowSpeed, and Alandria on it, among others. I'm just looking at the first like teaser post or whatever. I didn't know Coco was a creator.
They just be putting people on you.
I thought she was just a singer.
She's an actor and singer. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, I thought she was an actor and singer. I didn't know she was a creator.
Who is the top?
I'll send it to you though, so you have it for later.
I got it right now. Who the hell is this?
And I'm still.
Who is number one?
I don't know because I'm not looking at the whole list. Who's number one? What's the name?
I don't even think there's a list. I just think they just put a bunch of people on it. Yeah, this is like just a list of people. Nobody care about just a group of people just being named. Let's see, do it. Let's see how they do it. Alex Earl is on the cover. I have no clue what that is. I don't care about that list. As soon as I saw that, I don't care. Shout out to her though, but I have no clue. That don't seem like it's from my culture. So shout out to you, whoever coach it is. I appreciate it though. She look like she might be popping off from Fame the Founder. Shout out to her. You see, yeah, that's a whole nother list. After you know that your half know that side. Who's Alex Earl?
No idea. I couldn't tell you, brother.
I don't know who this woman is. I don't know who that is.
I don't know that bitch.
Afro B, he considered to the white woman.
Yo, shout out to white women though. Yeah, I don't know. She's fine though.
I hated that.
She's fine. I don't know the fuck.
I know you did. I'm always being reaction.
Who is that?
I don't know. She's on the cover.
At first, I thought it was Izzy. I was like, "Oh, Izzy coming back?"
No, she ain't got
Iggy,
that BB.
Sorry, Iggy.
She ain't got that BBL back there. Yeah, trust me, it'll be bigger than that.
She ain't got no Iggy as hell.
She ain't got the yams.
Yeah, that is not that.
Them yams are not. Look, but shout out to her. She's still.
Yeah, I have no clue who you are, but shout out to you. Made the cover of Time 100 after Speed just did the World Cup halftime, and he's shitting on everybody. But y'all know, I appreciate y'all, by the way. Go check that out. Speed did his song at the World Cup, which I thought Drake was gonna do, but it was Speed. Maul always wrong. I appreciate y'all. Peace.
Turn the cameras on, hit the mics, let's go. From a couch to a cosmos, watch us steal the show.